Hi guys! Okay, so visitor visa into a work permit visa to a permanent resident. Okay, so you stay with me until the end of this video. My name is Sarah Buyucan and I live here in Calgary, Alberta, and I love to share about life here in Canada. So anyway, let me share information how you can convert your visitor visa into a work permit visa. Okay, so there are two types of visitor visa here in Canada: a single entry visa and multiple entry visa. Okay, so I will just share you based on my experience for the single entry visa for my parents before. When they first came to Canada, they are single entry visa, but because I want my parents to stay here in Canada for few months more or a year, so I applied 1 month before the expiration of their visa stay here in Canada. I need to apply and extend their stay here in Canada, so you have to do that. You don't need to wait your visa expired before your application for extension. Okay, so you have to be aware when is the expiration of your stay here in Canada when you are visitor visa. Okay, so the other type of visa here in Canada is multiple entry visa, meaning to say you can enter Canada, you can leave Canada anytime you want. When you have a multiple entry visa, the validity of your stay here in Canada is 6 months. Okay, if you want to extend your stay here in Canada, even though you are a multiple entry visa, then you can extend. The same thing, 1 month before the expiration, you have to extend. Okay, so that's the time you have the chance to look for a job. If you know, job hunting, once you are visit here in Canada, at the same time you're visiting your family. By chance, if you get a job, then you are lucky, because guess what, the immigration, the IRCC, give the extension for the visitor visa here in Canada until 2023. Once you got an employer here in Canada, once you got your work permit, you don't need to exit. Before, you need to exit. Okay, but now because of this pandemic, you don't have to exit. You stay here and wait for your work permit visa approval. Okay, a disclaimer, I'm not an immigration consultant, and please, if you need some professional help, please go to a consultant or a lawyer. Okay, and I don't give job offer and I don't refer anybody to a consultant. Okay, so please bear in mind, it's because someone out there, an impostor or a scammer, is using my name, my picture profile, the same exactly my face, and they pretend to be me and they're asking you money. They refer you to a consultant and it's not me. Okay, when you are inside Canada and looking for a job, you don't need to present your IELTS, you don't need to present your credentials. What you just need is a resume, a good resume. Okay, so when you are applying for a job, it has to be related something in your own work experience in your back home. So let's say you're a teacher, mean to say you are good with children, or you're a nurse, you're good with caregiver, like taking care of people like dementia or people who are sick, something like that. Okay, and if you're a truck drivers in your back home, that's the opportunity for you to apply a truck drivers here in Canada. Truck drivers are high demand jobs here in Canada at this time of pandemic. You know, if you guys aware of the news and what is going on here in Canada, some of the truck drivers quit their jobs, lost their job because of the vaccine mandates, because of the vaccine passport. Some people doesn't want to be vaccinated. They just choose to leave their job, and you know what I mean. So nowadays, at this time of pandemic, if you are in Canada or if you have a plan to come here in Canada in the future, if you are a truck drivers in your own back home, or you have any background, whatever jobs you're doing in your back home, you come to Canada, try to search related to your practice in back home. Okay, so let's say you want to apply as a caregiver. Caregiver means you are taking care of people with dementia or people who need help, transfer patient from the chair, or you know, disabled people with disabilities, or you want to taking care of small children, like you have the experience, or even though you're a mom, you know, you have that work experience as a mom to take care of your own children, right? So when you get an employer here in Canada, this employer has to apply for LAMIA, LMIA, okay, Labor Market Impact Assessment. So they have to prove that this employer is capable of hiring an employee, something like that. Okay, so when they approve him to have the LAMIA, you attach that to apply for your work permit here in Canada, and you need to submit to the immigration. Now that you submit your work permit to the immigration, and if the immigration approve you to work here in Canada, they permitted you to work here in Canada, you have a work permit visa, then you have to work like at least a full-time jobs, let's say 1 year. Full-time jobs here in Canada is 40 hours a week, okay? So once you have those experience like a full-time job, let's say you work for 1 year, and then that's the time you have to apply for your permanent resident here in Canada. That's the time you have to submit the requirements, okay? The requirements, either you need to have IELTS, you need to have self-PIP, and you need to prove to the immigration the work experience you have, the letter from the employment, and then you attach to your application here in Canada. But if I were you, and if you are not very sure, you have to ask people like professional people like immigration lawyer, immigration consultant, to help you processing your application for your permanent resident. Before you submit your permanent resident, you need to make it sure, because they have a certain requirements for you to be approved, okay? Let's say your English language test, the work experience, how many hours you completed here in Canada, how many years to completed here in Canada. Those are the requirements when you are applying for your permanent resident, okay? That's how it works when you come in Canada as a visitor visa. There's always a procedure, step and step to accomplish. It cannot be just automatically because you are in Canada, you can just convert into a work permit right away. There's a procedure for that, okay? And it's not easy, I guaranteed you, especially when you applied for your permanent resident. It's because there's no guaranteed that because you came to Canada as a visitor visa, you become a permanent resident right away in Canada. No. It might be refuse you when you apply for your work permit. They might refuse you. They might refuse your permanent resident, okay? So there's no guaranteed 100% for that, okay? So please do your own research. First of all, you have to know if you are qualified to come and visit Canada. You have to have a good valid reason why you want to come here in Canada. If you think you don't have a family, strong ties in your back home, don't just apply for a visitor visa, because they will deny you, okay? And if you don't have a good employment in your back home, you know what I mean? You don't have any assets to prove in the immigration that when you come to visit Canada, you need to go back in your country. Because that's the purpose why you come to visit Canada, to visit your family, or to like a tourist, for tourism purposes. You know what? Don't lie to the immigration, okay? Whenever you do all the applications to come here in Canada, you need to be honest, okay? So let's say you come to Canada here and to come to visit Canada for tourism purposes, and if they're going to interview you or they're going to ask you, you better be just honest and said, you know what, I'm going to come and visit Canada, to tour around, to visit different provinces here in Canada, and at the same time, if by chance, if someone offer me a job, why not? I will take it. You know what I mean? It's better to be honest that way than be just lying, because the possibility someday when you apply for a work permit visa, or you're going to apply for your permanent resident, they will see everything and they might refuse you, okay? So those are the possibilities, okay? So sometimes it's hard to be honest, but you know, honesty is the best policy. Oh goodness sake. Anyway, it's not easy to be honest sometimes. So anyway, okay, so what else I can share to you? I think that's all. So anyway, thank you guys for watching, and good luck for your application here in Canada, for if you plan to visit your family, or if you want to plan to come and visit my province here in Alberta, because you know guys, in Alberta we are fully open now, okay? So no vaccine passport, no mask, but unless if you want to, okay? Unless if you want to wear your mask, and it's fine, okay? But anyway, good luck for all your applications, and I'll see you whenever here in Canada, and thank you so much for watching. God bless, and bye-bye.